play demands an enormous amount of your authentic participation with a situation, because the more you have to engage this game, this idea, the deeper you go into it, the less you have to be like, I need to be seen as gorgeous, and I hope these people approve of me, and is my butt doing okay, and what am I doing? Do I have enough money? Like, all that kind of gets squished out the deeper you go into the play, the more you give yourself over to it. I'm called the play. I was born into a Pentecostal family. I come from a long line of preachers. In that framework, you're born into sin, and it's a little dire. And I remember when I was 10, I was like, all right, I'm going to try to make the best of this. When I got dressed in a suit and I went to church, and I was like, I want to be a deacon. I want to be on the board. And I want to make some decisions here because things need some tweaking. And they're like, women are hostesses in our system and men can be on the board. That was the day that I became an atheist. I'm not an atheist anymore, but that was when I created a little bit of room for myself. And I'm like, well, no, I can't play this game. There's this interesting anxiety that's happening from people being like, I need to have more fun. I don't know how to have fun. That's what I do. I help people recover very slowly and very happily and funnily. They're permissions. It's okay to... If you've ever seen children at play, I want that. No, don't touch that. They're very, very clear about what is going on and what they want more of and what they don't want more of. And do you want to play any? I'm done with you. No, thank you.
You guys going to participate?
And people who aren't playing, they will go a long time after it's really okay for them.
Super speed, ring around the rosy.
So super speed, ring around the rosy. Ring around
If someone's playing with something, there's this sort of like almost indescribable buoyancy and joyful presence that is there, and it fills them. And so people who are playing tend to be who's playing with something and who's just trying to get through it, because there's this like exuberance. Sometimes like play can be deeply serious, like when you're creating, composing, or you're lost in art. You might have like a serious look on your face, but you're so there, you're just tuned in, you're not resisting the experience. In my mind, I had a perfect childhood. It allowed me to become independent really young, and I could examine all these things, and I was inspired to examine them because they weren't going well. And so I'd be like, that doesn't facilitate joy and freedom. What does? And so that became my life's work. How do you be happy and free and do what you came to this life experience to do? I think like it was really nice getting pregnant early because it interrupted any seriousness I might have gotten myself into. I took my pregnancy test when I was on LSD. I was like, there's an alien in me, I'm sure of it. And I'm like in the middle of a trip, and I like look at this. There's like this cinematic beer crashing to the floor, and I like fall against the wall. I was like, whoa. And then that was the last, that was the end of drugs and alcohol. That had a lot of momentum and was not really serving me. And so in some ways, my playmate came and interrupted and brought in, this delicious focus. Structure facilitates abandon. Play is a structure that holds me while I get to experience my aliveness in these 1,000 exquisite flavors. My kids have, to this date, continued. When Persephone was 8 months old, I started school. I did my undergrad in 2.5 years. And then I went to graduate school, and I was really focused. Because before I was like, I'm going to go to art school, I'm going to travel the world, I'm going to do eating ambitions. And but when she came along, I was like, I'm going to make choices I can really line up with, because I need to be really clear about my energy and how I use it.
It's a huge band-aid.
Where's the boo-boo again? Right on the inside? Look at how we both have paint on our fingers.
No Band-Aid. I got it, Precious.
Well, fine.
Sorry. I forgot that I carry Band-Aids with me all the time. Next week, 10 people in a caravan of 3 magical vehicles wield invitations to the world to play deeply in their now. We're gonna visit most of the 50 states, and then we're gonna drop down into South America, and I kind of think we're gonna go to Rio and do Carnival, and then take a boat over to Africa. So that happens next week. I'm so excited, it's a little silly. You know that sarcastic phrase, live in the dream? I am living the dream, and play supports me in not wigging out about how fucking awesome it is.